Welcome to I Hate James Dobson, a podcast not about heated rivalry.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to I Hate James Dobson. My name is Jake. I'm a former evangelical turned queer sex therapist. And today, as in any day that's worth living, I'm joined by the Rocket Man herself, Brooke.
Did you call me the Rocket Man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved that.
Elton John.
Yeah.
Someone sang Elton John at karaoke recently, and so it's top of mind.
Nice.
Brooke, how are you?
Good. Great. Excellent. I'm so happy for us to be back together in
Yeah.
person. We have been apart Have we been apart since the Christmas episode?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Let's never do it again.
The only good thing about recording virtually is the fact that people get to see our faces.
Yeah.
It's a video podcast, and that is not here today. But
Well, I can maybe film us a little bit.
you could.
Yeah. I probably will, but not till we've had a little more whiskey.
Work. We are recording pre-Valentine's Day. This comes out post-Valentine's Day. Brooke, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much, lover. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Every year, boyfriend and I celebrate by getting Taco Bell and drinking wine.
Cute.
Our anniversary is in like 2 weeks, and so it's like, we don't like Valentine's Day. It's so close. Let's do something with a commitment.
Do you want to hear a really quick Taco Bell horror story?
So Taco Bell story? Yes, I do.
I ordered Taco Bell not too long ago, like embarrassingly a short time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they delivered to me a giant bag of Taco Bell, so I immediately knew it was not mine.
Uh-huh.
But it was a big bag, so I thought I would risk my luck and be like, well, see
What's
what I
in it?
got.
Yeah.
And it was all vegetarian bean burritos. No hate to vegetarians,
Sure.
but that is not the night I was planning.
It's definitely not. It's a specific vibe. Also, sounds like there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. And I ate half of one, and then I was like, you know what? Enjoy these bean burritos, rats from the alley. I'm out.
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Oh, no. I'm laughing because the assumption that I have a love life or that I would share it on a podcast is very funny. I do have somewhat of a love life. I would never talk about it on a podcast. But anyway, I'm having a Galentine's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going up to Madison to see my friend who lives in Madison this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And going with a bunch of girls. We're going to see her new house. And then I'm coming back and we're having a high tea, high me party at my friend's house, which is going to be a fancy tea where everybody is stoned.
Okay, I was like, high tea, high me. Interesting.
Not so much me because that's not always my thing, but I'll be there and I'm bringing some champagne, so I'm having a different vibe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know you as like a weed girly.
Not really, no. I mean, I've dabbled.
Yeah.
Listen, this is my relationship with weed. I have gummies. I like to be alone and put on a hoodie with the hood tight and get in the real dark and watch factory videos of how things are made for hours, right?
Work.
And then I fall asleep really heavy, and then I always wake up with a headache. So if anyone has tips on that, you let me know.
Interesting.
But that's my current relationship to weed. It's not for me a thing you would party with.
Yeah.
Because it's like for going to bed.
Valentine's Day, high tea, high me. Sounds lovely.
Yeah, thanks. It's going to be fun. I got my friend a heated rivalry Valentine card.
Cute. What did it say?
It says, will you come to my cottage? And then come to my cottage is crossed off and it says, be my Valentine.
Aww. Same thing, really.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It'll be cute.
Being a cat parent has become my whole identity now. I want to let you know. My phone is just front to back cat pictures and videos.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I love doing this with you, I will be thinking the entire time about how my cats are doing. I have not seen them all day. I can't wait to snuggle them when I get home at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say that I've noticed as I skulk around the Instagram page that there's never pictures of my cat. Even though I've sent you several and said post these on the Instagram. But I need her to get a little bit more love from this podcast.
We can do that.
And yeah, she's I call her spirited. She's highly spirited.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She has been snuggling me a lot lately because it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And She has been trying to get the mouse that is now living in my kitchen somewhere.
Good for Fig.
I mean, she hasn't succeeded, but she definitely is aware of it, and it's the effort that matters, I think.
Winning isn't everything, wanting to is. Ellis Edwards.
That's right.
And now it is time for Brooke's Books, the part of the show where Brooke comes out to talk about books.
Oh, shit. I forgot. I didn't plan. Well, okay. I think I just have 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is I'm reading the second of the Sacred Stone series. So the first one was Onyx, if it's Dawn in Onyx Town. And the second one is called Primroses and Paradoxes. I don't know.
Sure.
They all have those names, and anyone who reads these books knows that. They're fine. But I'm also reading a book called Black AF History, which is really good. It is by an author whose name is...
Michael Harriot.
It's very good. It's sort of like an American history as told through the eyes of Black people in America, right? And it's kind of like, this is the real history, and this is really what was happening. And it is, I would say, even though I liked to think that I knew a lot of this, there's been some eye-opening stuff. So that book is great. And I think that it also is written in a style where it is not like a textbook. So there's the author pulls from his own experience in life. And he's actually a very funny writer for some of the totally ghastly stuff he's writing about. So well done, well written. Everyone should read it. It's very good. And then, you know what I'm still reading? You think I'm going to say Middlemarch, but I'm still reading Mother Hunger.
Mother Hunger.
And it makes me laugh every time I pick it up because I think of you going, Mother Hunger. And Middlemarch and Infinite Jest. And the book that goes with Infinite Jest.
I have started seeing Infinite Jest memes.
Yeah.
I've sent you at least one.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like, I know nothing other than Brooke likes this. Or Brooke is reading this. I don't know that you like it.
I do like it.
And all the memes are about how it's mostly just douche guys who really like it.
Yeah. So that's why my friend and I, the prize is that we're going to go to a coffee shop with our copies of Infinite Jest and just like walk around holding them and be like, we just read this. We read this. Oh, look at that. Like we finished. Like,
yeah.
Because it's because it's so long.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like a prize, I guess, if you read. But it's like, come on. I mean, I am reading it with a guide because it's a little loopy. It's not like it's hard to read or understand. It's not like it's so deep. You know, it's written by David Foster Wallace, and was he a great person? Unclear. Not really.
Probably not.
Probably not. Was he a smart person? Yes. Don't worry about it too much.
Death of the author.
I've just always wanted to read it.
Yeah.
I am actually actively reading that like a lot. It's also dark and heavy, and you can't just like read a ton of it at once.
Yeah.
I read what is notoriously the most gruesome chapter on Christmas morning, and I was like, whoops, I didn't realize I was at this point.
Tough.
Yeah, tough. Listen, I have some news. We're now in middle February.
And
I just think that it is, as a therapist, I'm here to offer the suggestion that it's okay sometimes to let things go.
Yes, it is.
And I think I might just have to let Middlemarch go.
Did you get to Middlemarch?
I will say, in case my mom is listening, that I did. But actually, the other day I picked it up and I was like, what page am I on? And I'm on page 156. There's like 700 pages. So I was like, I don't know. Give me till Middlemarch.
We had a reader suggest listening to an audiobook of it because
Yes.
it feels more like gossip.
Yes, thank you, reader. I did get that email you sent me, and I think that's actually a really good idea. So I am going to try to do that somehow. And by that, I mean you will tell me where audiobooks come from.
Yes.
And how.
You can get them for free through your public library.
That's funny.
I'll teach you how to do that too. Public libraries are the best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. And then maybe that is the way that I'll do it. Because then I could do other things at the same time, like clean my house or sleep and take naps or, whatever.
It's like a podcast.
I don't listen to podcasts.
That's fine.
I listen to this podcast.
I am here to provide an update on Heated Rivalry.
Okay. But I want to apologize because we have talked a lot about it. It's my fault, and I instigated this. And I did refer to our podcast today. My friend was like, "What are you doing today?" I was like, "Oh, I'm recording my new Heated Rivalry podcast that used to be a James Dobson podcast."
Honestly, feels like a natural progression.
It's like I've taken over.
I watched all of it now. I rewatch episodes 1 through 3 for this, looking at it clean slate. I have thoughts, I have feelings. We've talked about this. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I had to verify that I wouldn't go into a rage on the podcast because I sounded grumpy last time and I was like, oh.
I like it more than I did last time we spoke. I don't love episodes 1 and 2, mostly because I don't like Shane.
Yeah.
I find him to be kind of whiny and obnoxious. And episode 3 is focusing on entirely different characters, and it's a really nice break. And then by the time they come back to the main story, they're growing, and Shane gets to a place that I find him more tolerable.
If only someone had told you that.
Yeah, that's an original idea I had all to myself, that I should watch all of it and then decide what my opinion is. It is a coming out story. I stand by that. That gives me anxiety. It's not a bad thing. It's a personal thing. It is not an enemies to lovers story. I was wrong about that.
I agree.
Also, though, as a reader pointed out, I do like enemies to lovers stories because Wicked.
I saw that. I was like, yeah.
The thing that I was describing enemies to lovers is I just like when relationships work out.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make for a very compelling plot.
That's what I'm saying. I think that, yes, it's a coming out story, but I think the real thing that people are connecting with is that it's also like a story about communication.
Yeah.
Like they don't have some big, huge knockdown. It's like they learn how to communicate with each other. And by the end, you get the payoff of seeing them like beautifully communicate with each other.
As a couples therapist, I find it really hard to engage in like rom-coms. This is not a rom-com.
Right.
But the issue I have with a lot of rom-coms is their main conflict often, when it's lazy writing, is miscommunication.
Yeah.
And things and it's like, girl, you could fix this with like a 10-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Heated Rivalry, to its credit, did not do that.
Right.
Like the communication issues felt authentic and earned. I liked the other hockey relationship. I really liked episode 6, the last one.
The cottage.
I thought the sex scenes were very well done. They weren't just porn. They build the relationships. In episodes 1 and 2, the sex scenes are the only parts that I like Shane in.
Yeah, that back arch.
That too, sure, that's fine. Those are my thoughts on Heated Rivalry.
I'm really proud of you, and I would like to thank you
Of course.
for just your thoughts and feelings and for watching the show.
I love watching stuff that people are watching. And when I say it's not for me or I have critiques of it, it doesn't mean I don't like it or didn't enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
When it's like, ooh, I have so many thoughts because I'm engaged with it.
I'm glad our heated rivalry fight is over.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, can we tell everybody the funny thing, though, about the party?
Oh, my God. Yes.
That's so funny. So, what, a year and a half ago? A long time ago.
Months and months and months ago.
Yeah, over a year. I had a little cocktail party, and Jake and boyfriend were there. And it's a really long story.
Brooke's an incredible host. Brooke, it was themed. There were gifts involved. It was
prizes.
It was incredible.
So I had ice-related prizes for a game that we played, and I think you won an ice pick.
I won an ice pick.
Yeah. A coworker of ours, I gave the Heart of the Ocean necklace.
Mm-hmm.
But then, was it boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. Without even knowing it wasn't a thing at the time. I gave a copy of the book Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
And I was like, look at this dumb hockey sex book. And we laughed at it and I think like read passages of it without ever realizing that's what it was. So I'm laughing that year and a half later, I'm like, watch this beautiful show of this book I gave you as a prize.
We still have the book.
Well, you should read it. It's not bad.
Yeah. I am also going to hijack Brooke's books very quickly to say I saw the movie Pillion recently.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see an early screening of it in Chicago because I'm fancy and important.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
It's about leather subculture and like dom sub relationships. And if that does not sound like your vibe, you probably won't like it. But it's not just for people in leather and into kink. It's pretty accessible, I think. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not like a rom-com. It's not like a dramedy. There's like moments of lateness and moments of seriousness. And I think it's one of the best pieces of art I've seen excluding heated rivalry, in a while.
You are fancy and important, and I won't reveal the many ways in which you are, but I just want everyone to know that, like, you're listening to someone who's got a little street cred in this city. Okay, that has been Brooke's books. I didn't even realize we were still doing it. Sorry I don't have more books, but I did go a little wild in January, so cut me some slack.
Tune in next time to hear Brooke say,
those are books. They have pages. You turn them with your hands because we're old school and it's hard to read off a Kindle because we're old and have fading eyesight.
We look at screens all day anyway.
We look at screens all day anyway. So read those books.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we talked about the organization, the Alliance Defending Freedom.
I hated that so much.
We talked about how they aren't actually defending freedom, but rather eroding democracy and the rule of law to institute minority rule and turn America and the world into a theocracy. It was fun.
No, it was boring, and I hated it, and I got scared, and I was sad.
At the start of this show...
You're welcome.
Yep. I mean, that's fair. At the start of the show, I read a lot of Dobson books. And while there are still more to go, I've started incorporating more Dobson media of all kinds. There is a limit to how many Dobson videos exist on the internet. Many of them are VHS tapes, and copyright is still a thing, so finding decent quality uploads of them online can be hard. The problem with being a YouTube vulture is eventually you run out of other people's videos. So, Brooke and readers, I took matters into my own hands. I may not have money or fame, but I do have access to eBay and a vendetta that just won't quit.
Oh, I can't wait.
Brooke, I bought a VCR.
Jake. Do you even know what a VCR is?
Now, for you youngins out there, a VCR is the device that used to play videotapes, like actual tapes.
I am gonna die. This is a nightmare.
I did grow up with VHS tapes, and it did take me multiple days to remember that the term is VCR and not VHS tape player.
Do you know what I mean if I say be kind, rewind?
I do! Yes. I did frequent some Blockbusters back in the day when I was like 4.
Okay. Oh my God. All right.
So I bought a VCR, and then I bought James Dobson videotapes.
You did?
Like a lot of them.
Oh no.
So Dobson has a few video series that are supplements to books he wrote. So there's a whole video series for bringing up boys. I did buy a few videos that we've talked about before. So Brooke, if you had to guess, what videos of James Dobson do you think that I bought?
That are related to books we've talked about?
Or just in general?
Gay stuff.
That does not narrow it down. Well, first I got Sex, Lies, and the Truth.
I'm so done with Sex, Lies, and the Truth, ...
And then,
yeah, what?
Brooke, I also got Fatal Addiction. This is the Ted Bundy interview.
Shut up. Wait, isn't that whole thing on YouTube?
It is. This one I needed for the collection.
You called it Fatal Addiction.
Fatal Addiction, Ted Bundy's final interview. I'm going to text you a picture of my collection.
Oh no, what have you done? I feel sometimes like I should be monitoring you better. Okay, it's not actually as bad as I thought. Wait, what is all that? Is this going to be left behind?
No, none of these are left behind. Buying things on eBay is wild.
Yeah.
Because it's just random people selling shit for the most part. The main thing that I wanted to share with you, this relates to our episode today. James Dobson got famous first for writing Dare to Discipline Ka-Chow. But that alone is not enough to create and sustain fame. So after his name got out there, he started giving lectures. And that's really what got his name out there. His first big video series was a collection of 7 lectures about family life. You could say he was focusing on the family, which you should because this collection of series was called Focus on the Family.
Uh-huh.
The organization, FODF, was founded in 1977. The film series came out in 1978. The books made him well known. The videos made him a household name. And so in my eBay hunt, I found this poster. It's a poster, like an actual poster from someone, like a church was doing a screening of these films. It also came with a note. So I haven't opened the poster. Brooke, I need you to see this note, and then we'll open the poster together.
You haven't opened the poster at all?
No.
This note is from the seller?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. It's on festive stationery.
It's very nice stationery.
Thanks so much for your purchase. I have personally owned this poster for all these years, and I am glad it will continue to be enjoyed and valued. Oh, I kind of feel bad. Oh, please let me know that you received it safely by leaving feedback for this purchase. It would mean a lot. Smiley face.
I did.
Thanks again and have a blessed day, Bonnie.
I don't think Bonnie would be pleased to know who it came to.
Bonnie is not going to be pleased. What feedback did you leave?
Was on time.
Nice feedback.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, good feedback. Bonnie's fine. I have no issues with Bonnie. No. I don't know fuck all about Bonnie.
But can I tell you something about a poster really quick?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm real punchy right now.
I'm here for it.
My stepdad, who I love more than anybody, was in a movie in the 70s called Here Come the Tigers.
Okay.
It was about a baseball team. And he had a lead role, and it was exciting. But that's his one big claim to fame. Mm-hmm. And so as a joke, my family is always like, oh, well, this thing won the Oscar, but it was certainly no Here Come the Tigers, right? We do this a lot. Uh-huh. And one year for Christmas, I bought everybody copies of Here Come the Tigers. And then I found on eBay a giant poster from the movie theater where, like, one of the movie theaters that showed it. Uh-huh. It was huge. And I gave it to my stepdad, and he was, like, cry laughing. And then I thought he'd, like, throw it away, right? Because it was massive. And then the next year when I came home, he framed it, and it was in our hallway. And I was like, brilliant. Incredible. So everybody, please go watch Here Come the Tigers, a 1970s classic.
Classic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would like to
open this.
With you, open it, yeah.
Yep. Oh, I really I don't usually feel bad for people on this podcast, but I kind of feel bad for Bonnie.
I got some other notes that I don't feel nearly as bad about. Okay. I do feel bad about Bonnie.
Yeah. Oh, but this is exciting.
To be fair, I will treasure it.
Yeah.
Maybe not the way that Bonnie wanted, but...
Oh my God. Focus on the Family film series.
You are invited to see and hear America's leading Christian authority on the family, James C. Dobson, PhD, and the challenging new Focus on the Family film series. And then there are 7 videos listed with specific dates and times that were screened at a church that I'm not going to dox.
Look at how young he is. I love that someone saved this.
Me too.
Thought that they could sell it and make money, and then did.
For like $6, but yeah.
Oh my God. This is incredible.
I am in the middle of trying to procure all 7 films. I have a couple on the way. We're not doing them in order because some came before others. But to get to our specific subject today, this video is the 3rd in the series. It is called What Dads Need to Know About Fathering.
Oh, nice.
And I brought the VHS tape, I guess mostly just as a prop.
Yeah.
I
like it. Let's put a picture of it. I really was hoping you would have brought What Wives Wish Their Husbands Knew About Women, The Lonely Housewife.
There's 2 parts to it.
What Wives Wish Their Husbands Knew About Women, Money, Sex, and Children.
We're working on getting those.
That title always cracks me up.
This title is not much better. What Dads Need to Know About Fathering. It's fewer words, but it also is kind of nonsense. This was filmed on September 15th, 1978, if you want to be very specific, because I found an interview where Dobson was talking about this.
It's amazing.
In that same interview where he gave the exact date that it was filmed, Dobson said that this video has been viewed by 80 million people. So, Brooke, readers, let's dive into the villain origin story that nobody asked for.
Over 80 million served.
This is how it is introduced.
The family is under attack today. All around us, marriages are crumbling and vulnerable little children are caught in the disintegration. It's been said that the very foundations of our society are being eroded by the instability of so many individual homes. In this 3rd part of the Focus on the Family series, Dr. James Dobson, Associate Clinical Professor of Pediatrics at the University of Southern California School of Medicine, discusses what he feels are the greatest threats to meaningful family life, and then offers our best hope for its survival. His comments about fathering reflect a very personal relationship with his own dad, whose love and commitment might serve as a model for us all.
What Brooke got to see that I'm going to cut from the actual show is there's like a minute of just music and a family having a picnic and riding a bike. And then it's a hard cut from that into the first spoken words are, the family's under attack today. It's very vibes based. Other select quotes: the very foundation of our society are being eroded. And Dobson is going to, quote, discuss what he feels are the greatest threat to meaningful family life, and then offers our best hope for its survival. That is setting the scene for what to expect from this film. Right away, it's the fear-mongering that we all know and loathe, and we're set up to expect Dobson to talk about threats and how to address them. The threats, the arguments from this movie: we are too busy with life and jobs that we don't make time to be good parents. That's it.
Okay.
That is the one threat that he talks about. Not the gays, which is almost a win.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the entirety of...
Wait, that's it.
That is it.
Oh, okay.
So there's two things to me that are notable as I try to recap these arguments. It's not really about dads or fatherhood, really. And he's not saying a lot. The video is an hour long, and I got 18 words to describe the entirety of the arguments. And that's not me being like petty and dumb. That's not me like leaving things out. I went through different iterations of how to describe his arguments, and it's really, we're too busy to be good parents.
Okay.
I usually like to try to start this segment of the show with my best faith interpretation of the arguments. And I'm really drawing a blank with any description beyond, it's important to spend time with your kids. That is the entirety of the argument of this video, which, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I agree.
Cool video.
It's also a thing we've talked about before. This is an argument that Dobson has made before. And on the broad strokes, yes, it's important for parents to prioritize spending time with their kids, being present with them as much as they can. And Dobson's critique is individual and not systemic. It's that people just care too much about other things, not, hey, it kind of sucks that both parents need to work and not have any time at home with their kids because the forces of capitalism are driving their family. That's not his focus. It's in here. It's literally a quote that he says later. The problem's not out there. It's in here. That's part one of the script. What is the arguments? We're too busy.
Yeah.
Not even 5 minutes to talk
Also,
about.
welcome to the 80s. This was latchkey kids. Like, that was everybody's issue.
Mm-hmm. So part two, why does this take an hour?
Yeah, why does it?
There is so much nonsense in here, Brooke. We've only watched one clip, and Dobson was not featured in that clip. Let's change that. Let me show you Dobson, I hesitate to say in his prime. Here's Dobson making the point that we are busy. It is a long clip. I'm going to edit it down for the podcast and for the audience at home. But I want to show you the unedited clip because there's a point that I want to make with this.
Okay.
The single feature that is most typical, everywhere I go across this country, it's the same story. And that is represented by fatigue and time pressure. Everybody is exhausted. Everybody is huffing and puffing and pushing and shoving and hurrying and running back and forth and working on a to-do list and never quite getting it all done and feeling that constant pressure 12 months out of the year. You work 50 months, 50 weeks out of the year, and you got a 2-week vacation in the summer, and there's the same kind of pressure. If we don't get to St. Louis by sundown, we'll lose our reservations.
Editing Jake here. It is surprisingly hard to cut around a bunch of rambling like this, so I couldn't find a more natural segue into this, but Dobson drops this gem at one point.
I see this as the greatest threat to meaningful family life, especially for Christians. Because we're not as threatened by those sinful circumstances that destroy other families. It can happen to us too, but it shouldn't. Of infidelity and alcoholism and those things are not quite as threatening within the Christian family. But this matter of overcommitment, which can destroy you just about as quickly, is more characteristic of the Christian family than the non-Christian family. Because you add church responsibilities to everything else. And you add the time that it takes for devotions and for giving and bearing one another's burdens and all the rest that the Christian ethic implies. And we don't sleep in on Sunday morning and watch an NFL game, do we, friends?
Did we need 19 minutes of explaining what busy means?
I don't know how much I'm going to include in the final show, but I think the effect of it, of watching it unedited like that, Brooke, what, if you had to summarize what he was saying, this clip was 5.5 minutes.
He was saying we get distracted by how busy we are and we push things away until later, and then we have too many busy things in a row and there is no later and we never get to them. And by things, I mean spending time with your family. He also posits that we should all be taking long vacations and going to the park, and that we are all of a certain,
Socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
It's Dobson rambling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know a better word for it other than rambling. He gives examples that all run into each other. One could be mistaken if we just give you a short clip for saying he's just giving color to his point. But when your point can be summed in 18 words without missing any of the nuance that it's given, you're not adding depth as much as vamping to fill time. When you listen to this, not being a hater without a super critical eye, it's kind of whatever. It all makes sense together. It feels kind of like he's saying profound things. It's centered around one idea, and he speaks clearly in complete sentences, but he just kind of meanders around the point for a while. And it kind of is mindless. Like, even this is like the third or fourth time that I've seen this clip. I could feel myself just kind of like, yeah. Just like I could feel my brain kind of turning off. The words kind of just slide off your brain after a while. That's why it takes an hour. And a lot of this video is just vamping, just rambling, just killing time without anything to add to this arguments. I cut this clip off after 5 minutes. He only moves on to a new point after 15 minutes of this.
Stop it.
At one point, he literally takes 3 minutes to recite the entirety of the song Cats in the Cradle.
How could you cut that part off? I have to see that. Does he speak it?
Yes, he makes a joke like, no one here wants to hear me sing this, but I'm just going to read the poem to you.
Listen.
The entirety of the poem.
Listen, please can you make a dance remix of James Dobson reciting Cats in the Cradle?
I have no idea how to make a dance remix. I think what I'm going to try to do with that then, I'm going to try to just take the instrumental and put Dobson speaking over it.
Please. Please. I would give anything for that.
Editing Jake here. If you're hearing this, then unfortunately I had to cut some or all of James Dobson reciting Cats in the Cradle because copyright strike. And that sucks because I find this very funny. But stay tuned in the coming weeks for ways you might be able to hear the full song somewhere else. But, like, that also doesn't add anything to his argument.
What is he? It's like he's just filling time.
Yes.
The fact that he had to say what busy means for 15 minutes. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're have a baby. Maybe you're in the car and the car needs a car wash.
Church.
Maybe you're
whatever.
at church. The idea that Christian families don't struggle with things like addiction or infidelity.
As a couples therapist, let me tell you, that is not true.
Yeah, that is not true.
This section of the video where he's just kind of rambling forever ends with this part.
Mac McQuiston told me yesterday of a study that a priest told him about last week, where American children were recently asked, if you had to give up your dad or give up the television set, which would you take? And 92% of the kids said, we'd rather have our dads. And 92% of the children, in the most part, don't have their dads.
What? Oh, what a weird question. Ask a little child, would you rather have your dad or your
the
television?
TV?
I mean...
So his point is like, we're so busy with our kids, but our kids want to spend time with you, which is, again, just more of the same point he's been making. This clip is post Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, really quick, though, there's an interesting thing I'm noticing about 1978 James Dobson, which is that start to see that this was a little looser in the beginning, and then it gets tighter. I
mean, I made a joke about it before, but like he doesn't talk about gay stuff.
Right.
I think you're correct. He refines and kind of hones on his message over time. Mm-hmm. That clip, I think, is one. He doesn't cite the study, so I can't fact check its validity. I know, crazy. There is citations in the credits.
Are they all to other James Dobson books?
Mostly. They also cite Cats in the Cradle.
He does?
Yes.
Wait, this is my new favorite Dobson.
I didn't realize you were going to like this so much. I should have clipped it.
Please, can we Can you please find it for me?
Yeah, somewhat tangential. I have the VCR hooked up to my computer, so I digitized all of this.
Okay.
This is my copy of it.
I really want to see that.
I will insert parts of it and then I'll send you the full thing.
Mostly because I think people speaking the lyrics to songs is so funny to begin with. And if it's James Dobson and it's Cats in the Cradle, that's just incredible.
Well, my son turned 10 just the other day. He said, "Thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw?" I said, "Not today. I got a lot to do." He said, "That's okay." And he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, "I'm going to be like him." Yeah. You know, I'm going to be like him.
I cannot fact check it, but I don't, if that's, whatever, the underlying claim, yeah, I think kids would rather have a parent than a TV.
Well, I mean, I think that's obvious.
I agree, but like, whatever, the point's whatever. A couple things. Mac McChristen told me about a study that a priest told him about.
Yeah.
So we're
Science.
third-hand study. And that last little bit, he says 92% of kids, whatever, say they'd rather have a dad than a TV. And then he says, and 92% of kids don't have their dads.
Yeah, wait. What the hell?
Right. And
What does that mean?
it means nothing. Dobson's complaining about absent parents, and he just like inserts it in. This is like 24 minutes into the video. So at that point, brain's just turned completely off, not really thinking about it critically at all. Because we were lulled into his rambling talking points, there's a statistic that doesn't end with a 5 or a 0, so it has to be true. We take it and we move on. It's not the most egregious factual error from Dobson, and I don't want to make it seem overimportant, but it does show that from the jump, he's just sloppy with his facts.
Yeah. But also, this is a tactic of manipulation, right?
Yes.
To like hammer down on points that are obvious or that people already know, but to sort of like create tension around something. It takes a long time to be like, did you actually say anything?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. This video is actually split into two parts. The first 30 minutes is him circling around this one point. Immediately after reciting that statistic, there's a hard pivot into this.
I can't wait.
Folks, I went before the Lord a few years ago, and I asked him for a very special favor. I said, "Lord, as long as I'm going to be speaking for you, because that's what brings me here, and as long as I'm going to be out there attempting to influence the family with the values that I believe in and that I believe you gave to me, I may as well have your message for the Christian family. Give me what you want said, and I will take the message." And in a very quiet way, not even, lightning and thunder and even an audible voice or anything of that nature. I'm not trying to make something mystical out of it. But God gave me what I'm going to say to you right now. This is what God wants me to say to the Christian family, and perhaps to the family at large. And that's why if you follow me around, you'll hear me say it everywhere I go, in every opportunity, and it's got something to do with these videotape machines here today to try to get the message out. The Lord gave me this message, that if America is going to make it, perhaps in the next decade, the timing He didn't give me, if America is going to survive, it will be because husbands and fathers begin to put their families at the highest level of priorities and reserve something of their time, effort, and energy for leadership within their own homes.
So men have to be the leaders, and God speaks directly to James Dobson.
A couple things, yes. I titled this clip, "Dobson is a Prophet." This very important message doesn't come from Dobson, it comes from God. Of course, Dobson is able to interpret the will of God. You see, he is holy, and God cares a lot about the survival of America, I suppose.
I guess.
This, I think, is notable. The idea that Dobson was ordained by God to be spewing his bullshit was right there from the fucking beginning. I've brought this up a lot of times. At the start of this project, you asked, is this a cult? And the answer's like, kind of no. But a lot of people's parents did kind of worship Dobson as a prophet, as a speaker of God, as a deity. And that's not in the lore of Dobson, that's not baseless.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, actually, that this sounds like cult leader-y, right?
Yeah.
That circle-y kind of language. I'm the one that's speaking to God for all of you, right? Like, you can listen to me because I have God's ear. Also, just, like, so funny to think, like, if you think of the entire cosmos and universe and whatever you think God and creation is, that he would be worried about, like, our TV habits. Who's the leader of each household? I mean, it's so silly.
It does feel very silly.
Yeah.
This is a power move guised as humility. Upon rewatching this, it really struck me how many caveats he had to the point that's kind of comical. Like, just say the thing, dude. You can just say, God wanted me to tell you this. But I don't want it to seem mystical. And he didn't give me the exact time frame, but God did speak directly to me, right? From here on out, he spends the rest of the video talking about his own family, maintaining this self-aggrandizing tone the whole time. Editing Jake, for context, he's talking about his great-grandfather here.
And toward the end of his life, he made an announcement that was very unusual. He said God had made a promise to him that every member of 4 generations of his family, both those born and those not yet born, would be Christian. And I represent the 4th generation down from my great-grandfather to this, and it's worked out even more interestingly than he would have expected. My great-grandfather and grandmother were ministers, and he was the charter member of his denomination. And they had 2 girls, one of whom became my grandmother, the other my great-aunt. Those 2 girls grew up, independently made their choices, and just happened not only to be Christian, but to marry men who were ministers or became ministers in the same denomination as their parents. Then those 2 girls gave birth to 5 children, 4 girls and 1 boy. One of the girls was my mother. The 4 girls married ministers in the same denomination, and the boy became one. That brought it down to my generation, and my cousin, H.B. London, and I were the first 2 to come through college. We were roommates in our freshman year. The first semester of our sophomore year, he announced that God had called him to be a minister in the same denomination. And I began to get very nervous. About the whole thing. And I can't help but wonder, folks, if my great-grandfather isn't smiling at me from somewhere today. Because what difference does it make? You see, I'm the first member of 4 generations that has not felt specifically called into the ministry, but as I stand here today talking to you about the gospel, what difference does it make? The prayers of my great-grandfather reach across 4 generations of time and influence what I do with you this very day.
I'm basically a minister.
I think that's probably the most honest thing he's ever said. Because, yeah, I mean, he's not... It's a point I've made before, but, like, he will often be like, oh, I'm not a theologian, so I'll leave that to the theologians and then do theology. He basically is a minister.
Yeah.
God blessed his family specifically. And also notice that this has basically nothing to do with routine panic.
Right.
That vibe shift hits hard, and he's basically abandoned what little premise he had to begin with. In this section, he talks about all the things that he does for his kids, all the things that the genealogy has done to make sure that everyone's Christian, which I guess is somewhat related, but it's not. I was promised, if you remember our framing at the very beginning, he identifies the problems and offers solutions. Mm-hmm. What solution is being offered other than just do it?
That's because identifying the problems creates the panic.
Yes. And also, I don't think you get any points for creativity for saying a problem in 1978 was people were really busy.
Right. Also, I just love stating the obvious as if it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it happens a lot, right? Like, can you believe there was a prediction that 4 generations of this hyper-Christian family... Like, yeah, I can. That's
wow.
True. There's probably 4 generations of Christians in your family.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Right? Like,
we have more than 4 generations of military service in my family.
Right. Like, ooh.
So he talks about the lineage of fatherhood, dad, great-grandpa, etc. But very little of his advice is dad specific. There's only a couple times that he specifically mentions dads. We listened to a clip a little bit earlier. America will only be great again when fathers return back to their role of leadership. Here's basically the only other time specifically dads are mentioned in a video, again, I will remind you, called What Dads Need to Know About Fatherhood.
I feel fathers hold within their hands the power of saving the family, because women in most cases will follow his leadership if he'll take the time, effort, and energy to devote himself to his family.
That's it. We've seen now both clips where that's basically the only time in the entire video he talks specifically about dads and fatherhood. He spends more time reciting Cats in the Cradle.
It's so good. I need to hear it.
And the cat's in the cradle, the silver spoon, the little boy blue, and the man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad? Well, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then.
These clips, though, I do think give voice to the patriarchal views undergirding this whole endeavor. He doesn't have to talk about fatherhood specifically when he talks about parenting, because if it's a film about parenting, it's a film for fathers. Mm. There's a feminist adage, men are human, women are gendered.
Mm.
When people say, like, a person, da-da-da, we are biased to first assume a man. You just look at a stick figure, and unless it has, like, a triangle skirt on or whatever, you assume that it's a man, right?
Right.
The idea that men need to reclaim their leadership in their family is pervasive. Women will submit naturally, or they should if they're one of the good ones. This is also, at this point, mostly a vibe. We know he takes this to weird and dark places in other works, but it's shocking to me how vapid the point feels here. It's all empty. Everything about this video feels kind of empty and mindless.
Right.
A few unrelated notes before we move on to section 3. Dobson has no style.
No.
He does not look particularly good in this video. Even for the time, he looks like a schmuck. The set, though, does slap. I like that set. There's a big yellow sign that says "Focus on the Family" hanging behind him in like really cool 70s typeface, which I guess at the time would just be called typeface. And the chalkboard behind him looks almost turquoise. Mm-hmm. I think the set designer did a really good job. I'm able to give credit where it is due there.
Great job, set designer from 1978. If you don't play Cats in the Cradle for me right now, I'm going to lose my mind.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue, and the man in the moon.
Part 3 of this, perhaps the thing that was most striking to me as someone who has immersed himself in the works of James Dobson for almost 2 years now, is how frequently he repeats anecdotes. That weird thing about God told me he wants to tell you dads are important is almost verbatim things that show up multiple times in other books that he writes. The same thing with God blessed 4 generations of my family. We've talked about these stories before. We've talked about these anecdotes. In Straight Talk to Men, he also includes the entirety of Cats in the Cradle.
Stop it!
There are other stories he includes here that he's also repeated elsewhere. I don't know how much I've talked about them on the show because they are kind of dumb and pointless and meaningless. But a quick rundown. He recounts a story he read in American Girl magazine, the Girl Scout one, not the doll one, of a dad who walked out on his daughter. The piece is titled, "That's Just the Way Life Goes Sometimes." He quotes an essay supposedly written by a 9-year-old girl called "What is a Grandmother?" that starts with silly observations like, a grandmother, someone who doesn't have kids of her own, and ends with, grandmother, someone who has time.
Oh, precious.
He talks about the work of sociologist Yuri Bronfenbrenner in this, which we talked about really early on.
Yeah, Bronfenbrenner.
Going off my notes, there are 9 sections that he repeats verbatim in books and in here. Multiple books. Straight Talk to Men is a big one that seems essentially just a ripoff of this lecture. I also clock stories that show up in Dare to Discipline, Ka-Chow, The Strong-Willed Child, What Women Wish Their...
What wild women want wishing...
The wild west of women, yes. And that's just from memory. This isn't me like going back through the books themselves to check. This is just because my memory is fucked up now forever. Because above all, James Dobson is a fucking hack who recycles the same talking points, anecdotes, and bigotry for 55 years.
And never really says anything.
That is, yes. As a postscript, I just need to share mostly an unrelated clip with you, and we're going to laugh about it together.
Okay.
At that time, our little girl was in the process of building her conscience stone upon stone, precept upon precept. She wanted to know, what do you believe, Daddy? What's right and what's wrong? What does God want? What's sin? What does he want of me? What is right? What is black? What's white? She was asking those kind of questions. If you have a 10-year-old, they're probably in that same process. Immediately prior to puberty, there is the final process of building the
Play it again!
and it is a very important time in the spiritual life of a child.
I have to hear it again.
That is the only thing that I wanted to share with you.
Puberty.
Prior to puberty.
One more time.
Puberty.
Puberty. Who says it like that?
Nobody. Where is it from? No one has ever said puberty. What? Immediately prior to puberty. Oh my God. Puberty.
It so doesn't matter. That's not how the conscience works. That's not the point of this.
No.
Puberty!
Yeah. Don't worry about the fact that that is not a true story. Not how things work. None of that happened. Just think about the fact that she was just prior to puberty.
He says words bad.
He says words so bad. Oh my God. Bisexual. That's puberty.
Skule.
Skule. Oh my God. That was incredible.
I called boyfriend in to laugh at this when I saw it for the first time too.
Puberty. Oh, I liked that a lot.
So in some ways, I felt foolish expecting more from Dobson. Like, we know he's a hack. We know his points are bad and dumb. But I was truly amazed by how nothing this video is. It's lacking in pretty much any meaningful substance. Not even the folksy anecdotes are new. While these things are pretty familiar, we shouldn't let our familiarity inure us to the fact that this is all some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, parents should spend time with their kids. But if that's all Dobson can contribute to the conversation, he should have been left in the trash bin of uninspired parenting advice of the 70s. I hate James Dobson.
I hate James Dobson. And I really hated going
Puberty.
through puberty. But you know who I do love? Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man and the moon. Where is my dad? He went away. But he's too busy for me. So I'm gonna pick the TV.
Incredible. I Hate James Dobson is a labor of love, of spite, written, recorded, edited, and produced by me, Jake. In this venture, I am honored to be joined by my amazing co-host, Brooke. If you're enjoying the show, please consider rating and reviewing it, and if you want to connect with us more, you can find us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube at I Hate James Dobson, and somehow still on Twitter at IHateJDobs. You can also email us at IHateJamesDobson@gmail.com. We have merch available at IHateJamesDobson.printful.me or on our website, IHateJamesDobson.com. Our theme music is by Mood Maze and the song is called Trendsetter. Special thanks, as always, to Drew, Lindsay, DJ, Jack, and Gary. And thank you, readers, for enjoying our show.